Amy and I are both from the Lake City area originally, and 24 years ago we moved away for work opportunities. But about a year ago, we were able to come back and experience a change of pace and also be closer to family.
So we've discovered there are 5 things that you need to know about Lake City before you move here, and you do not want to move here until you've heard them all.
The first thing you need to know is about the cost of living. Obviously, here in Florida, we're in a no income tax state. So if you're coming from some other state, that'll be a nice welcome. The property taxes here are a lot lower than we experienced in Duval County and probably anywhere where you're coming out of a larger market. The price of a home and acreage is going to be less, so your dollar's going to go a lot farther. On the flip side, we have noticed a couple of things that are a little bit more here, and I think that's just because of distance for trucking. You're going to pay a little bit more for gas, and the groceries are slightly more. But it's nothing that significant, and overall, it's a cost saver.
The next thing that we're going to talk about is convenience. How convenient is it to live in Lake City, which is not nearly as densely populated as Duval County and Jacksonville, especially the area we came from? Well, we have all of the same grocery stores here that were in Jacksonville for the most part. There's Winn-Dixie, Publix, there's a Super Walmart, there are some smaller kind of mom and pop grocery stores, and there are certainly plenty of Dollar Generals just down the road from wherever you live. If you need to run in and get something real quick, there's going to be a Dollar General on the corner, like if you need milk or toothpaste, that sort of thing. There's also some parts of the Lake City area have Kroger delivery, and there is Walmart delivery as well. One of the things that they have here in Lake City that are not readily available or easily available in Jacksonville and other metropolitan areas is there is local meat from local butchers. We have a couple of options for that. And then there is also local produce, local eggs, and local dairy. There's even some places you can go in and they'll have raw milk. And local honey there's this one honey producer, and it's in multiple stores around here. Now, one of the things that we people may not like, but it's not that much of a problem, is for clothing stores. Now, there are clothing stores here. We have TJ Maxx, Belt, Penny, and a few others. There are clothing stores in Gainesville, which is about a 45-minute drive, not far at all. If you want to take an afternoon and go shopping in Gainesville, go out to eat, go to the movies, that sort of thing. And if you need to buy a car, there are certainly plenty of car dealerships.
So the third point to talk about is congestion, or maybe the lack thereof. The locals will tell you that we've got a lot more crowded here, and they're right that there's been growth. But compared to most of the metropolitan areas around Florida, it's really nothing because, am I right, there's no traffic jam around here.
No. So yeah, US 90, which is one of the main thoroughfares to Lake City, can get crowded, but it is nothing like Jacksonville. Just the other day, I was in Jacksonville for an appointment, and we got stopped at a traffic light for 10 to 15 minutes. That's not even a long period of time. In Jacksonville, you can get stopped in traffic for 30 to 45 minutes. Every day, it was 45 minutes for you to drive 18 miles to get home. Yeah. So you drive 18 miles here, and it's 18 minutes. It's a mile a minute for the most part, maybe a little bit more if the speed limit's under 60. So one of the reasons for that is the population density. You want to tell about that?
Sure. So if you look at the square miles of Duval County or Columbia County, they're almost identical. The difference is there are about 1 million people in Duval County, while there's only around 72,000 here in the Columbia County, Lake City area. So it's a lot different.
Yes.
Our fourth point is entertainment and dining. There are a lot of really good locally owned restaurants here, as well as your normal chains that anybody would recognize. A lot of festivals take place, right? Mm-hmm. So we've got the Lusty Festival, Strawberry Festival, there's a Blueberry Festival nearby, so lots of things like that. In fact, most of the entertainment here is outdoor oriented. So there are rivers here, lots of springs, so places to go to cool off on the weekends, as well as a lot of opportunities for fishing. We also have the University of Florida about 45 minutes south of us, so a lot of outdoor entertainment there with the revolving sports. So it It also has a lot of cultural opportunities there with their theaters and other performances that take place there in Gainesville.
Of course, there's always a sporting event of some sort in Gainesville, with the University of Florida being right there. They have football, baseball, basketball, gymnastics if you want to go see sports. And we do have a movie theater that has 6 screens. So there's a variety of things usually playing. And if not something there, you can go to Gainesville, which has multiple theaters. So the entertainment options may be a little different than what you're used to, but there are definitely many entertainment options. So one of the very best things about living in Lake City, and it's called Lake City because there are lakes, and not only that, but we live in the confluence of the Swanee River, the Swanee River, the Santa Fe River, and the Ichetucknee River. Ichetucknee River is definitely our crown jewel, and we'll do a separate video on the Ichetucknee River. And when we have that done, we will put it up here for you to click on so that you can see that video as well. But so we grew up playing in these rivers. We boated on them, fished, water skied. I'm not very good at it. I think Brad was better than I was, but we don't do that now. But a lot of people do. And we do kayak, and we have stand-up paddle boards, and we tube, and we swim. And we just thoroughly enjoy being able to have access to all of those water activities. And also, one of the great things about the rivers is it's fresh water, and when you get out, you don't feel sticky. You don't feel the need to go immediately shower because it's fresh water, and you just feel clean when you get out. So that is one of the best things about living in the area, are the access to our beautiful rivers, and we just really enjoy that. So finally, we want to talk about the community, the sense of community that we have here. So in Lake City, people are very friendly. You will not pass by somebody on the street without them looking you in the eye and greeting you, just usually hi or how you doing, something like that. You also, if you are on a country road, particularly, when you drive by somebody, they're going to wave at you, just a little wave like that. But people are going to acknowledge your existence. So that's something that I know my daughter, who grew up in Jacksonville for 24 years, she was kind of floored about that people are just very friendly that way. And you also are going to get to know your neighbors, where, like, right away when we moved in where we are now, we got to know the neighbor. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but she was very friendly, and we definitely know our neighbors, not as in a larger metropolitan community where you might, some people are friendly, of course, but you might live close to people who you never see and never speak to.
Exactly. Like any place, there's lots of churches and their civic organizations to get involved with that are always looking for people who want to jump in and be there for them. So we see that there is a lot of sense of community here in a way that you might not experience in the larger areas.
And also, community is always what you make of it. If you look for a way to get involved in volunteer organizations or civic organizations or in a church or just with your neighbors, you're going to be able to find it for sure.
So those are all the things that you need to know before you consider moving to Lake City. But we're going to put our realtor hats back on now and just talk about what it's like to move and make a change, because change can be scary, right?
Yes.
So really what you have to do is just look back on the process and what drove you to make the move or consider moving in the first place, and embrace that and realize that while there be some adjustments, that there's a lot of good opportunities ahead of you.
So just be patient with the process. I mean, it was a lot different, us moving here from Jacksonville, the hustle and bustle and busy, and we've had to make some adjustments, and so you have to realize you embrace the change. Why did we move here in the first place? We've definitely had to revisit that, and just know that it may take a little time, but depending on your attitude and how well you attempt and succeed in adjusting and assimilating would be a good word for it. You're going to have to just realize that, and there is a psychology of relocation. So if you're thinking about moving, or you need to sell your home and move somewhere else, whether it's maybe somewhere else in Lake City or completely out of Lake City, or you're thinking about getting to that slower pace that you're looking for, we definitely would love to help you with that. So we have here on the screen, you'll see it now, we have our contact information. Please reach out to us if you need any help. And also, please like and subscribe so that you will get notified when we make new videos, if they would be of interest to you at all. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this today. We hope we get to meet you in person soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.